Good morning, students. Today I have come with another video lecture. This is in continuation of video lecture series of surveying. In the previous lecture, I have discussed about the definition of the survey, principle of the survey, primary divisions of the survey in detail. So, students, till now, if you never visited my previous lecture, please find a link in the description box and watch the video for the better understanding of the subject. So today I am going to discuss about the classification of the survey. This is a very important topic of the survey. Various questions are asked in ESEs, GRADE, PSUs and all the other competitive exams continuously. So this topic is very important. Please study this topic very carefully. Let's start the video. So classification of the survey is based on following three criteria. Based on the location of the survey. In this survey, we consider the location of the survey, that where we are going to perform the survey work. Based on the purpose of the survey, what are the different purposes, civil engineering application of the survey. So based on that, we classify the survey in the second category, that is based on the purpose of the survey, and based on the instrument. So different type of instruments are used. Of these instruments are of different precision. So based on the instrument, we classify the survey in the third category. So let's study these three categories one by one in detail. So first category, based on the location of the survey, the first subdivision of this category is astronomical survey. So astronomical surveys basically deal with the celestial bodies or heavenly bodies. In this survey, we determine the position of stars with respect to any other celestial body such as Earth. So in this survey, we locate various position of stars with respect to Earth, and we locate the point positions on the Earth surface with respect to stars. Along with this, we also determine the various distances between the different stars and the size of the stars, and these are utilized in various astronomical applications and the space missions. Now next is hydrographical surveys. So hydrographical survey basically deal with the measurements under water. So water bodies are covered in the hydrographical surveys. These type of surveys are performed to facilitate the underwater construction work. So let's take an example of dam construction. So we are going to construct a dam across a river section. So various river sections are studied and surveyed, and various depths and discharges are measured at different locations. On the basis of these depths and discharges, we calculate the various amount of material required and cost of the project, and suitability of the cross section at which we are going to construct the dam. So in this surveying, we choose suitable cross sections based on the depth of the water column and discharges at particular cross section, and based on these cross section we choose most suitable section for the construction work, so that the cost of the construction can be minimized. So I hope you have understood the hydrographical survey. So you can see in the picture we are taking different measurements with the help of different type of tools. Now this is a result produced by the hydrographical survey. We have measured various depth of the water body and we created the profile of water body. So you can see various features: a bridge across the river, that is underwater, and the catchment area of the river. So in detail we can understand what is the profile of river, and based on that we can plan the construction activities. Now next is land survey. So land survey is further classified in topographical survey, city survey and cadastral survey. So let's study these. First is topographical survey. So in the topographical survey we used to identify and map the contours of the ground and existing features on the surface of earth of slightly above or below the earth's surface. So in this surveying we basically bother about the natural and artificial features of the earth's surface, such as trees, buildings, streets, walkways, manholes, terrain, retaining walls, road, etc., or river, hills, etc. So, rivers, hills, lakes, these are the natural features, and road, bridges, dams, towers, these are the artificial features. So, before commencement of the any civil engineering project, we go for the topographical survey and the planning of the construction work and the project is done based on the topographical survey. Okay, so next is, this is the map of India and topography of India is mapped. You can see the scale is given, and in this picture you can see the white portion shows the higher elevation 9000 meters and green patches shows you the zero elevation, that means plain area. So white portion represents the hilly terrain and the green portion represents the plain areas with respect to assumed datum. So you can understand this is the result of topographical surveys. Now next is contour map. So in this picture you can see various contours formed, and based on this contour map we can analyze the terrain profile. That means we can understand that whether the terrain is steep, plain or smooth, and based on this we can plan the construction activities. Suppose we take the example of road construction, and based on the terrain profile of land we can calculate the amount of cutting and filling required, so that the cost of the construction work can be minimized. Okay, so let's move to the another slide, that is city surveys. So in the city surveys we basically survey the city area and determine the various artificial features such as roads, water bodies, pipelines, sewer system and city planning of city planning, so that our project work can be benefited maximum. Suppose we take an example of a shopping mall construction. So before planning for the shopping mall, we have to study the city and the nearest available roads, so that the city mall can be easily accessible and the uh, available features can be utilized for the planning or construction activities. Sewer system can be utilized and the water distribution system can be utilized in the planning. So before commencement we perform city survey. Before commencement of the project we perform city survey and we plan the project according to present artificial features. Okay, so you can see the city map of Jaipur. In this you can see airport, hotel, roads and railway track. So based on these features we can plan our construction activities. Now next is land survey. Oh sorry, uh, another category of land survey is cadastral survey. So in the cadastral survey we concerned with the land management and more specifically with the issues related to the ownership, measurement and de- delineation of the property boundaries. So basically we fix the boundary of any land and property, whether it belongs to a person, a government body, a private sector or any other community. So this cadastral survey prevents disputes among the people on, on the basis of land ownership. So you can see these are the examples of the cadastral survey. This is the map, cadastral map. You can see, sorry, in this map you can see that green portion represents the farmland, pinkish portion represents various buildings, white portion represents open land, and other features can be seen easily. You can see another map. This is a Khasra map, and you can see various Khasra numbers are written over there. So the farmland is divided in number of Khasra numbers, and the ownership is provided. So there is no dispute between the owners of farmlands. I hope you have understood the cadastral survey. Now let's move to the another survey, that is based on the purpose of the survey. So based on the purpose of the survey, we covers first subdivision as engineering survey. Engineering survey is very important survey among the all the surveys. So in the engineering survey, we collect requisite data for the planning, design, execution of the engineering project. So engineering survey basically covers these four steps: map study, references survey, pre-survey and detailed survey work. So students, in the map study, we basically study the topographical or terrain map of a particular area where we are going to construct our project. Any before commencement or planning of any project, we study the map of that particular area. After that, we visit to the site and perform the reconnaissance survey. In the reconnaissance survey, we analyze the available artificial and natural features in that particular area, and based on these particular features we perform rough survey work, and if we perform pre-survey with the references survey, we can find out the rough estimate of the cost of the survey. So in the pre-survey, we estimate rough estimation of construction work. So in the references survey, you can understand we determine the feasibility and estimation of the project. That means cost estimation of the project. So references survey is very important. In this survey, we plan the work according to the available features, and we have an idea of the work, that what is the construction cost of the work. So basically in the references survey, we study an entire area that might be used for the project, and that helps us in determining possibilities and rough cost of the project. So I hope you have understand that references survey is very important. Along with that, we perform the pre-survey. So after that, we perform detailed survey work, and detailed survey work covers actual cost calculations and actual quantities are determined so that we can start the project. You can uh, see the various examples are written over here: traffic surveys, drainage surveys, soil surveys, material surveys, and pipeline surveys. These are the type of engineering surveys. I hope you have understood the engineering survey. This is very important survey. Now next is mining survey. So friends, in the mining survey, basically we perform the mining survey to explore the various minerals under earth surface. So in this survey we basically uh, survey the mines, and we monitor the excavation work of the minerals. You can see the picture. So mining survey are carried out to explore and excavate various minerals from the earth surface. Various civil engineering uh, tools are utilized in the mining surveys. Now next is marine surveys. You can see a ancient picture of marine map. The marine surveys are basically carried out for the navigation purpose. So we again perform marine surveys for the underwater investigations. That means depth of the water. Uh, this survey are basically for the oceans and big water bodies. So in this case, if we want to analyze or understand the depth of the ocean and the various features and underwater, then we perform the marine survey. Now next survey is military survey. So military surveys are basically performed for locating various points of strategic importance. These surveys are performed by the military. So national boundary of any nation are uh, determined and fixed time to time by the military surveys, and these surveys are again performed to study the various important features uh, nearby the national boundary. So you can see the red portion, red line marks the national boundary of India. So the military surveys are performed to fix this boundary time to time. Now next is archaeological survey. So archaeological surveys are performed to explore and excavate various historical evidences. We find out the ancient antiques, and based on that we map the various historical places, and that is the archaeological survey. In this survey we unearth unearth the relics of antiquity. That is very important. uh, so these survey work is performed by the archaeologist, and with the help of government of the particular nation. Okay, so you can see the archaeological map, and you can understand we are mapped various ancient structures based on the excavation work. Now next is relics of antiquity is determined with the help of archaeological surveys. Now next is based on the instrument used. So in the survey work we used very number of instruments and equipments. So based on that we name the survey. Like if we use chain for the measurement of lengths and direct lengths, then that survey is known as chain survey. And if we utilize compass, whether it is prismatic compass or surveyor compass for the measurement of various directions and various distances, then that survey is known as compass survey. Now next is theodolite survey. So if we use theodolite for the measurement of the lines and angles, then that is known as theodolite survey. If we go for the very precise or accurate survey work, then we utilize the total station for the measurements, and that type of surveying we know as total station surveying. Now next is plane table surveying. This method of surveying is obsolete nowadays, but if we want to perform a survey work in an open area and we want to map various features in that particular open area, in that case we go for the plane table survey. With this survey work, we successively plot the features on the paper sheet. So this is an instant mapping process, and this type of surveying is known as plane table survey. Now next is aerial survey. So if we utilize principle of the photogrammetry, and by analyzing and interpretation of the photographs we produce various aerial maps. So in this type of surveying, that means aerial surveying, we use aircrafts for measurement of the land surface. So we fly the aircraft over the earth surface and take the various pictures by using a camera mounted aircraft, and by using this picture and combine this picture in the emojis, we frame a map, and we study that map and extract various information of the land surface. So this is basically used in the very precise type of survey work, and very large area is covered under this type of surveys. Okay, I hope you have understood the aerial survey. We utilize the aircrafts. The camera is mounted over the aircrafts, and we map the earth surface by flying over it with the help of aircrafts. So I hope you have understood till now. So that is enough for the today. Any questions, any doubts, please you can write a comment to me, and you can write a mail to me. I will answer each and every query. So students, after that this video I will have another video, and after that video the fourth video will be the quiz. I will cover more than 50 questions of the surveying, and that is based on the subject matter which I have covered till now. So please watch every video and be prepared for the test series. And if you like the videos, please like and subscribe the videos and share it with your friends and study groups. So thank you students for watching this video.